And now I can... Do I hear birds? I do hear birds, so that means that we are in the game right now. So we'll go ahead and jump straight into that. There we go. So again, like I said, this is part of the Tuesday round of 8 playoffs. The winner of this series will go on to play the winner of Annie and forlove.int. So I'm sure there's a joke there, but Annie, of course, I'm sure most of us remember, are the Thursday group playoff champions who won that finals last Thursday or Saturday, whenever we played that game, in truly dominating style. So I hope that both of these teams have done their homework and their due diligence to prepare for that in the event that they can manage to win this game. And in the meantime, we're going to see the first two bans are going to be Nyx Assassin and Death Prophet. So really, really common bans. Really standard stuff. And then, of course, the Bristleback, even more standard. And then Invoker bans. So we've seen Invoker banned out a ton recently, even, before the Timbersaw. So that will let the Timbersaw sneak through for Lucid if they so desire it. Timbersaw, of course, a fantastic offlaning hero. Really a strong pick to take when you have a first pick that is only one pick, but they're going to take an Enchantress. Interesting decision to do that. Wouldn't be surprised to see them do some kind of an aggressive jungling strategy with that Enchantress, as safe lane jungle is sort of... It's not bad, but it's certainly not as good as it has been in the past. And we'll see Laugh and Roll counter that with a Visage pick. So a really powerful hero there. Especially if you have somebody who can micro extremely well. So two really micro-intensive heroes going first. I'm really happy to see that Enchantress pick. That's a hero we don't really see a whole lot of, whereas Visage is sort of one of the heroes we see most in this tournament. And, always in competitive himself. So I really do like it when crazy stuff happens. Like, I wouldn't, even if the games aren't necessarily like, 90-minute slugfests, I do really like crazy stuff. Like the old, Axe, Visage, AA Tri-Lane or something like that. And it will be a Clockwork for Laugh and Roll, and a Timbersaw for Lucid, so things getting more standard as we go along. Clockwork, of course, a fantastic initiating hero. Extremely high skill cap on him. Really, really fun to watch. Gives your team a whole lot of utility, and is a really good 4-staff carrier. So always good to have the Clockwork on your team. So let's see, the main hero that I was actually concerned about in this draft has not even been picked or banned yet, and that's the Ancient Apparition, who has really made a splash in the pro scene in the last few weeks, getting a huge amount of play just because of how strong Chilling Touch is and how well Ancient Apparition scales in a tri-lane. But we're going to see the Crystal Maiden banned out by Lucid. I still really like Crystal Maiden. I know that a lot of other people really dislike her now and think she's incredibly weak, but I don't know. I like relegating the worst player on my team to play Crystal Maiden and just stand there and give me mana. Much like Kotl give mana. We're going to see the Naga Siren banned out by Laugh and Roll. Naga just hasn't been played as much as she used to, and that's just sort of a fact. She isn't a very strong carry. She's extremely weak early game if you want to play her as a carry. And as a support, all she really gives you is Net, which is a fantastic disable, but there's plenty of good disables out there, right? And then Song, which you don't really want to rely on a whole lot. I mean, it's a great ultimate for sure, but you won't have it early. You can't really be active and be smoke ganking mid and all that stuff. And that's really the way the metagame has shifted recently. It's really active supports and getting early kills, securing the lanes for your mid, getting early farm, really getting a jump in the game. We'll see a Viper banned out by Lucid. I really think that's a good decision. Viper's so frustrating to play against, and actually does quite well against Timbersaw, just with the way that Nether Toxin works. So we'll see how Laugh and Roll counters, and they banned Nyx last round for us playing at home. A really strong hero is still Quite good against Timbersaw. Not so great against the Enchantress, actually. But,
10 seconds remaining.
or, of course, that's not the correct team. I always do that. Oh, so frustrating. Actually, Lifesteal is quite good against Visage, actually. And the Clockwork, it's sort of a toss-up. Clockwork can isolate the Lifestealer with Cogs, but then he gets murdered by the Lifestealer in the Cogs most of the time. And we're going to see Luna, and Luna is a really, really popular carry right now. I mean, she's sort of like the way Gyrocopter was a month or 2 months ago. She contributes really nicely all throughout the game. Her Lunar Blessing aura in the early game is quite good at level 1. It gives you so much bonus damage. Lucid Beam is quite good in through levels 1 through 5, and then of course Eclipse is fantastic. And then the ability to flash farm with Moonglaves just makes Luna a strong hero all around. All you need really is a BKB, and then you can contribute to team fights and get rampages and ultra kills and all manner of things. So a really strong hero there, and her escape mechanism is just her base movement speed being so high. So you don't even have to pay for that. You don't have to buy a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger or anything like that. You can just have that. You can just have it. It's a freebie. So we'll see what Lucid decides to go. Man, just Laugh and Roll has a lot of team fight already in their lineup. I think Lucid might want to have to, or might want to try and pick up a team fighting hero of their own, just so they can't get Wombo Combo too hard. Of course, Timbersaw does do well against Luna. Timbersaw does well against any low HP hero in the start, and oh gosh, Doom will do nicely in team fights, as he can just isolate a target with one single spell, which is his namesake, of course, Doom. Doom is very good against Clockwork, just because Clockwork wants to try and go man mode against you, and you really never want to fight Doom, because every right click you tank from the Doom while you are doomed is increasing the chance that you're going to die from the dots. So, good pick there.
10 seconds remaining.
And Dazzle from Laugh and Roll. I really like Dazzle on teams against Doom and against high burst damage heroes. And I think that Dazzle's been getting a lot more play recently, which is really good. I think he's a really underrated hero. Shallow Grave is just so useful in so many situations. Of course, if he gets doomed, it is the end for Dazzle, as he is one of the most spamming dependent heroes in the game. But I do like to see him get picked up. He'll, of course, be able to Shallow Grave people if they are doomed. Maybe even we'll see some Shallow Grave to block some impetus damage, which would be very nice. So that looks like it's going to be our trial lane, going to be Visage, Luna, Dazzle, and that really sort of screams defensive trial lane to me. So I will imagine that we'll see Laugh and Roll do that. And it's going to be a Lich pickup for Lucid, and I really am a little bit concerned about how they're going to lane this. I'm sure they have a strategy just by picking the Doom and the Enchantress, two heroes that traditionally, in the past at least, have been jungling heroes. And by picking two of them, obviously you can't have both of them in the jungle. That's, complete insanity, but we might see like a Doom mid, that is. Let me separate those words so it's actually understandable. We can also see Doom in the off lane. I'm trying to remember who we saw do that to great effect in the last series I casted. The off-laning player played the Doom extremely defensively and leveled Scorched Earth before Devour. But of course just skilled Devour and Scorched Earth first. As his two abilities, and it did well. I mean, it did completely fine. The HP regen from Scorched Earth, by and large, kept him alive. So we could see Doom in the off lane or Doom mid. Lich is actually a hero that can mid, but I would expect to see him in a tri lane just because of Sacrifice being able to keep lanes pushed and pulled as the hero, as the team wants.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see the Storm Spirit banned out by Laugh and Roll. Really good decision on that. Visage and Dazzle are both heroes that can be picked easily by the Storm Spirit, and Puck banned out for Lucid. And we're gonna see a Shadow Fiend, so that's an extremely greedy pick from Laugh and Roll, especially with a Doom on the board. I mean, Shadow Fiend's HP is so low, and he is so susceptible to early ganks. And with heroes like Doom and Enchantress on the board, I would be really thinking twice about picking the Shadow Fiend, but We will see exactly how it goes. So that's going to be a pretty standard lineup from Laughing Roll. It'll be a Visage, Luna, Dazzle. I would say defensive tri lane with a Clockwork solo on the off lane, and then the Shadow Fiend mid, of course. And we're going to see a TA from Lucid, so I really think we are going to see a Doom. Well, we can't see a Doom off lane, can we? They must jungle someone with this lineup. I have no idea what they're doing, and I've seen Lucid play a bunch. I know that A3P usually plays their carry role, and D2 plays their mid. So we'll see what happens there. I know I'm cheating there by using my prior knowledge. Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce the players. For Laughing Roll, we're going to see Chentris Dota. I'll probably call him Chentris, or maybe even just Chen, on the Dazzle. EMZ playing Shadow Fiend. Chrono Dota playing Clockwork. Hoff playing the Visage. And Streetlight Akbashi playing Luna. I'll probably call him Streetlight. Sorry, bro.
With gratitude.
And then, of course, for Lucid, we're going to see D2 playing that mid-Templar Assassin, Snowman playing Timbersaw, A3P playing Doom, Puff playing Enchantress, and Fugitive playing Lich. So, it looks like Fugitive is just going to camp mid here and sacrifice one of the creeps mid for D2, which is a really smart decision. It really does give you quite a bit of lane dominance early. So always smart to do that. And it does look like A3P and Puff are going to be creeping around in the jungle. So perhaps they could do a support Enchantress with a Lich in the lane. That would be quite interesting. That would be defensive, of course. But this, yeah, I mean, Enchant is a slow, so they've got that, and then of course they have the slow from Lich. So who knows? Maybe Scorched Earth Doom can run some people down. Snowman posturing like he's going to be solo in the offlane, so this could just be a defensive tri-lane Lich Enchantress Doom, which would certainly be a new way to play Doom. But I imagine it's doable. We'll see the regen rune spawn top here. Nobody's gonna grab it though. Nobody even sees it except for this ward for Lucid. So perhaps D2 is gonna save that for a rainy day on the Shadow Fiend, who has of course skilled Necromonastery first. Going to be trying to get those first few last hits. Those so critical when you play Shadow Fiend. You must get the first couple last hits. You really want to get those. We even see a refraction from D2 knowing how important the first last hits are when playing against Shadow Fiend. And we are going to see the Enchantress in the jungle, so I was wrong. We're going to see a Doom Lich dual lane, so that's pretty interesting. Lots of smokes already out for Lucid, so they really want to punish the Shadow Fiend, which is exactly what they must do. Shadow Fiend, a hero that is easily ganked early in the game, and he suffers greatly as a result. We'll see Chen and Snowman trading hits there. I really think that favors Laughing Roll. They can totally afford to do this. I mean, even if Snowman sends Dazzle home, that's still a 2v1, and Timbersaw is going to be low on HP. Of course, he will be skilling Reactive Armor first, so he will be able to tank a lot more damage than Enchantress will as the Dazzle. And this lane's already pushed way up, as we can see. We'll see the stacked pull coming out from Huff, though, so that'll come right back. So we'll see exactly how that matchup works out. And then, of course, Clockwork's going to be a really, really hard hero for Doom to kill, and will actually be quite susceptible to getting cogged and battery assaulted. Doom's escape mechanism, Scorched Earth, gives him bonus movement speed, but you don't want to pop it until you're in danger. And oh gosh, I missed that smoke. Mid from Liquid Puff. Doesn't look like they got anything done, though, on EMZ. D2 is going to bottle that regen rune. Man, he is a bottle before 2 minutes. It looks like he only had 3 tangos and 3 Ironwood branches and some shared tangos, rather. So not too surprised to see him get that. We'll see the Shadow Fiend pick up his bottle as well before 2 minutes. Or just right on 2 minutes. So nice timing for both of them. Also, ooh, gosh, D2 is going to tank some refraction shots from the tower there. And Chentris Dota still trading hits with Snowman. I think... yeah, I still like that. I really still like that. I think that's a good idea. But Snowman really wants that XP, but it's just going to be really hard for him. Clockwork, as we can see, already level 3, and halfway to level 4. And the Timbersaw only halfway to level 3, so Clockwork's been able to get much more experience in his lane than the Timbersaw has, and we could see a bit of a gank here. We're going to see Chentris get the Illusion Rune and Hoff circling around as well. No Timber Chain on Snowman just yet. He has that TP scroll, though, and he's going to try and get out of here, and they're not going to be able to stun him, so he'll teleport to safety, but that will secure free farm for the Luna. So really, really well-played defensive tri-lane here from Laugh and Roll. Really like that hit trading from the Dazzle, just to get that annoying Timbersaw out of the lane. And that's the problem when you have a hero in the jungle. I mean, they're not... Lucid is not able to tri-lane right now, so they can't really punish this Clockwork as much. Obviously, they will have more farm for the Doom, just by nature of less people being in the lane, but I would really like to see the Enchantress playing a more pivotal role in the laning phase right now, doing a little bit more smoke ganking. I mean, Puff, of course, did try to smoke gank, and then I missed it like a noob, but you really got to try and make something happen. Ooh, gosh, nice use of Raze there. So we'll see Templar Assassin have to use that regen rune. Satyr getting microed over just to throw a bubble, just to try and phase out the Shadow Fiend, but he's already got 17 Necromon dirty stacks, so he's doing quite well. And with that, let's go ahead and check the net worth chart. We're going to see Templar Assassin actually leading, and Shadow Fiend sort of in the middle of the road. Let's take a look at the last hits and denies. That's really more important for Shadow Fiend. He's got 15 last hits right now, so certainly not doing bad. We see a rotation here from Hoff. Nothing's going to happen, though. But Luna is leading the last hits, and Doom is 3 down on Luna, so tri-lane securing more farm than dual lanes, as expected. We see a Lucid Beam on Snowman, followed by a Poison Touch. He's going to drop the Whirling Death on Chen, but he's not going to be able to do much other than that. He does have a Salve, though, so he can afford to sort of take a lot of damage here. D-Squared has dinged level 6. Shadow Fiend not quite there just yet. Has he stacked any camps? Yes, he has. Unfortunately, he's got Mud Golems at that medium camp. The strength of Shadow Fiend through the mid-game is his ability to stack camps from long distances with Raze, and then creep them subsequently. We're going to see some lag from EMZ there. Hopefully that clears up for him. But yeah, as I was saying, Shadow Fiend's ability to stack camps with Raze and then creep the camps immediately with 3 Razes in succession make him a very, very fast farmer throughout the mid-game. And he gets very fast, or very big, very fast, rather. So we will see EMZ's ability to make the most out of that mechanic with Shadow Fiend. Let's go ahead and check the levels right now. That's always a good indicator of how the game's going. So we're going to see Dazzle still level 2 almost 5 minutes in, but that, that's not too bad. He's been trading a lot of hits. He's been securing farm for his Luna, who's level 4, but Doom is level 5, primarily just from Devour. Such a powerful skill early. And I'm sort of interested to see how the Doom scales in through the late game from a laning perspective, just because I'm so used to seeing him in jungles. So we will see how he does. We see Clockwork trying to contest some pulls there. Ooh, we're going to see a smoke from Puff and Fugitive. They're going to be looking for the Clockwork here, and they might find it a little prematurely because they will not have the Doom around. And there's a smoke getting broken. Fugitive not even able to land an Ice Plus. I don't think Chrono saw them, though, so he's going to be really aggressive in lane right now. Puff's going to come out from around. He's going to drop the net. There's a Scorched Earth, Cogs, and Battery Assault coming out from Chrono. He's going to try and get away here. Does Fugitive have a mana for an Ice Blast? No, but they're going to drop some right clicks. They're going to try and get Chrono here. He's going to drop a Rocket and try to go for a revenge kill on Puff here, but he's not going to get a First Blood for A3P. Nice play there to stand his ground. He knew he was going to die, and he almost got First Blood on Puff there. So, unfortunately for Laugh and Roll, that's going to finish the Midas for A3P's Doom. So he will be playing the farm game with Devour and Midas. Let me tell you, it is a good way to go. But before he even got his Midas, Luna finished hers. So the farming will continue. Both sides are going to absolutely try and just make the money right now like Wall Street executives. I'm not even sure how much contesting of CS anybody on this map can do right now. No ganks from mid just yet, but they have both hit level 6. And 6 minutes is really when the ganking from mids usually starts. Obviously there are exceptions, but most heroes rely on their level 6, like the Storm Spirits. Pudge isn't a good example because he relies on level 7, of course, to have that rank 4 hook. But Templar Assassin's a good level 6 ganker, and she has the haster, and so she's going to instead go and contest this this creep pull. She's only going to get one of those newts. And now she'll have 3 creeps on her that she has to get rid of before she can do anything. And that will allow Laugh and Roll to defend or to retreat to their tower, rather. So a little bit of time wasted there, but At least he stopped EMZ from getting that mid-rune. Of course, EMZ nearly having max souls. In fact, he does have max souls for the rank 3 Necro Monastery. And oh gosh, we see a smoke again from Puff. They're going to drop a trap on EMZ. We'll see if they can't get up here. There's the enchant. Meld damage. EMZ is going to get stunned by the Centaur. Nice job from Puff. We got to see a TP from Hoff. We see another TP from the Dazzle, looks like. And D-Squared's going to dive here. He's going to eat a raise, doing a lot of damage. He didn't have a refraction to stop that damage. So 2 supports TP in, defend the mid. Nice job there. They will have a ward to scout out D-Squared there. So nothing still happens. A lot of... it was not really aggressive to dive the tower the way they did. They could have certainly been more aggressive, but they probably would have paid the price and been killed. So a lot of patience from both sides. Oh gosh, we're going to see a smoke here from Hoff and Chentris. We'll see if they can't make something happen top. They really do want to gank this. They want to get the Doom, but I don't think they're going to be able to. So instead they're going to be looking to go on Lich perhaps. And this is what I'm talking about. The supports that people want on their teams now are able to gank early, like Visage is with Grave Chill. Dazzle's okay with Poison Touch. It's not so strong. But we'll see exactly how it happens here. Does Clockwork have Hookshot? Yes, he does. So we're going to look for a Hookshot into a Grave Chill kind of combination. And we're going to see a TP back in from Doom. So it's going to be a 3-on-2 here for Laugh and Roll. But I'm not sure if they want to fight in the tower. We'll see if Lucid pushes this lane. And it looks like they will. A3P's feeling really strong right now. He's got a decent amount of farm. He does have a net. There's the hookshot from Clockwork. Doesn't connect, but the Cogs do. We'll see the battery still come out as well. He gets doomed. We'll see the Grave Chill and the Poison Touch on A3P. He's going to start taking right clicks. There's a Soul Assumption from Hoff. Chronodo's rather going to be taking a lot of damage from Doom. I think he's going to die. There's the Shallow Grave from the Dazzle, though, and he's going to try and keep this Clockwork alive, but Puff's going to get that kill with one right click. He tried to sell, but it didn't happen. And Visage goes down too, so that's a 2 for 0 and a smoke from Laugh and Roll, so that's really not what you want to have happen. Templar Assassin D-Squared TP'd in with a double damage, as well as Puff TPing in, so a lot of really good rotations there, and I believe Lucid will get this top tower for that. EMZ is going to counter push mid though, so that it's not all good. I think he panicked there and thought Hoff TPing in was an enemy on the Lucid mid tower, but as you can see though, the Raze really creeps waves so quickly. Let's check the status of his stacks. Still only a 2 stack there. Oof, would love to see that being a little bit more stacked. He's not, or he's going to try and get this last hit. Oh, he wants it, and he does get it. Nice hold position there. But now he's got to run south because there's a lot of people coming in. He's got pings out on the map, and he's going to escape. Ooh, so calm, cool, and collected there. Smooth operator from EMZ. But meanwhile, Luna is just bottom farming, just making the paper, getting paid. Timbersaw has gotten level 6 though, so we could see him be a little bit more aggressive on the Luna, who is still only having 739 max HP. And there's the Chakram. We see it do so much damage. If that Whirling Death had hit with the pure damage from hitting a tree, that would have done a great deal of damage. But now Snowman's in a lot of trouble. Does he have Timber Chain skill? That's rank 2. He's going to escape there across the cavern, but he's going to have to run away here. He's going to try and TP in the fog, but I'm not sure if he's going to get out. There's a Soul Assumption from Hoff. That'll get the kill, but Doom's going to come out on Streetlight from A3P, and D-Squared coming in to gank as well with an Illusion Rune, so Streetlight's in a huge amount of trouble there. There's the meld damage and the Chain Frost. Oh gosh, he's going to hit twice and slow them down. Clockwork's going to rotate in. Nice cogs there to keep everybody off Chentris, but I'm not sure if A3P is going to be able to stop. Level Death comes out. We'll see the Shallow Grave from Chentris on himself, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. He's going to try and TP here. Does he have the time? No, he doesn't. A3P is going to start taking the tower hits, and they could go for more here on this Clockwork. There's a slow from D-Squared. He's going to drop the cogs, but Shadow Fiend's in the wings here. He's going to try and go for a raise. Not going to get it, though. And now Clockwork's out of mana, so Lucid can just back off here. And Laugh and Roll cannot really pursue them, even with the Visage in the mix. I mean, if he gets a Grave Chill off on a Straggler, that will be one thing. And D-Squared's overstaying is welcome here. There's 4 heroes around. He must back off. It looks like Lucid wants to push this, but I think that would be a bit of a mistake with no Doom and, you know, low mana on most of their heroes. They're going to start putting some right clicks in here, but they will have Eclipse to contend with, and now the heroes from Laugh and Roll will reveal themselves, and I would not be surprised to see Lucid back off here. I mean, they've got all 5, and they're slowly regenerating some mana, but I'm not sure if they really want this. You really don't want to fight that Luna with no Doom. I mean, I guess they could buy some time and just wait 25 seconds. Oh, we're going to see a 5-man smoke from Laugh and Roll. This is really, really smart. It's sort of a tactical smoke almost. It's going to get broken if they go too close to that ramp, but they're going to go straight on the Timber Saw. There's the Poison Touch from Chentress. We're going to see him. We'll see Snowman Timber Chain away. Off's going to drop the Grave Chill as well. We'll see a Raise hit on Snowman. He's going to try and get out of here by cutting down some trees. Oh gosh, that was a really smart Timber Chain there, but it didn't quite have the speed to save him. But man, to be honest, Lucid's lucky to get out of there only losing one with that really, really smart 5-man smoke. That was so smart. You really don't expect to see a 5-man smoke gang, that's so tactical like that so early. But Lucid's just going to shift mid and try for a tier 2 here. I really don't think that Laugh and Roll wants to make this trade. We're going to see one TP back from Hoff. Who else is TPing? We got one from Dazzle, so that's the supports of TP back. And now we should expect to see the cores come back after they've gotten that tier 1. And yep, oh gosh, that's a really aggressive TP from Shadow Fiend. I feel like he should cancel that, and he does. But now he will have to hoof it all the way back to base, so I'm not sure if he's going to be here in time to defend this. Tower's taking so much damage from Lucid. Lucid Beam gets dropped by Streetlight on A3P. But the tower's going to go down. Lucid's going to get out of here for nothing, so... Yeah, I mean, without their Shadow Fiend, their Shadow Fiend is so important right now. He's at such a big point in his farming right now. He does so much damage. And then he TP'd so aggressively. I mean, if he had just TP'd to the base, I feel like they might have been able to contest that tower a little bit just by having the Eclipse from their Luna. But it's better than him TPing in and getting murdered, so there's always that. And Lucid will continue the 5-manning. They really want to limit the farm here from Laugh and Roll, which is really smart against the Luna. I mean, but they're farming decently as well. And we see a Blink Dagger on Doom, so that's a really interesting pickup. It fits much the role that Shadowblade does, but doesn't provide any of the bonus attack, speed, and anything like that. So really interesting to see that. And Doom has been getting played so many crazy ways recently. I absolutely love seeing the new stuff getting thrown out. And that's all he's got. I mean, TA's got a Blink Dagger as well, but Lucid is on the edge of a knife here, just with their HP pool. I mean, it's so low. We do see the Helm of the Dominator finished for Luna. I wonder how long she has had that. I should know these things. Does she have a creep? Yes, she does. How many times has she stacked Ancients? Okay, just once. So she's probably had that for about 2 minutes, so a little late, but she did get killed earlier on in the game. And every time you get killed, it really does set that Helm of the Dominator back, which is an item you must hurry up and get. But then, of course, she does have the Midas, so it will get naturally pushed back to about 12 anyway. So, not a bad time for that at all. Let's see, any other important items coming out? Ooh, gosh, see that point booster already on the Timber Saw, so he'll be on his way to a Bloodstone. Looks like the Enchantress will be the mech carrier for Lucid, and then, ooh, we see the Blink Dagger on Shadow Fiend, so a lot of Blink Daggers already in play. Really high skill item that has been buffed tremendously by the mana cost being reduced to 0. Which is I think that's a really nice change. I don't know. I feel like that could have been done a while ago. I never really thought that the mana cost of Blink Dagger was super justified. We're going to see Lucid actually take the Roshan there with that Medallion of Courage on the Lich. And the double damage on D squared, obviously, and they're going to go for Chentress here. We'll see if they can't get him. He will, of course, know what's going on. They've got this warded, and always when the entire team goes missing after Roshan, you got to be looking for a push. His tower was quite isolated. So we'll see the rocket come out. We got to see a really, really good initiation from the Clockwork. That's the only way that Laugh and Roll can hope to hold this. Chakram doesn't connect on anybody. And now Snowman's in a bit of trouble there. There's the Eclipse already. He's going to get a... D-Squared's going to get a killing spree, though. There's a Chain Frost going to hit absolutely everybody. Nice ult from Shadow Fiend as well. Chakram to fly. It's going to be a 4 for 0. So far, Chrono Dota might go down as well. It's a team wipe from Laugh and Roll. Lucid played that absolutely fantastically. They all went in at the same time, so they really split up the Eclipse damage. And then there were no creeps around to tank the Chain Frost. They ate that Chain Frost in the face. It was just, that was completely the opposite of what you want to do. We'll see a Blinket from D-Squared. He's going to go on Enchantress here. Dazzle's got to try and Shallow Grave himself or he's going to die. Oh, it's so tenuous right now. Hoff's in here as well, but he really can't do a whole lot. He's a Visage with no items. So, man. I mean, Lucid's not going to get anything except the tier 2 for that, but a team wipe before 20 minutes is really, really not what you want to have happen, of course. It's going to make that 3-11. We'll probably see a hefty advantage in both gold and XP for Lucid, and of course we do. And they still have the Aegis, of course. So man, Lucid's just playing a really, really strong game right now. I'm so surprised to see this safe lane Doom working so well. Looks like he's going to be going for a Shiva's Guard. He will be finishing that up in 600 gold or so. So Shiva's Guard, of course, a fantastic item. The attack speed reduction is quite good against Luna, and we will see Puff come up and scout this stack out. He will go ahead and ping that out and say, let's creep that team. That's free money that we are taking out of the pocket of Laugh and Roll. D-Square is going to be invisible here. The Sentry's going to actually scout him out. Hoff's going to drop the Grave Chill. We're going to see a D-Square tank a raise as well. He's going to try and get out of here, but the Aegis has gone down. We'll see if Laugh and Roll want to camp this. I'm not sure if they do. We're going to see rotations from Enchantress as well. Nope. D-Square is just going to blink to safety, and we'll see if Lucid creeps this stack. This stack is, I dare say, the last best hope for Laugh and Roll in this game. If they can get Streetlight some strong farm, I have seen Lunas overcome worse disadvantages than this in my life. The proportion of that happening, the rate of that happening, I will not disclose at the moment, but I have seen it happen. Snowman's still working on his Bloodstone, so we'll see how long that takes him to finish. I mean, anything before 20 minutes is really, really good. And there we go. Streetlight's going to creep this stack, and that's really smart. But this ward here, so important, and the Visage Bats as well. And we'll see if Lucid smells this out. Everybody's gone missing. And they know that this stack was ripe for the picking. So we'll see if they move as a team. It would be super smart for them to smoke right now. Do they have smoke? They've got the mechanism on the Enchantress, but no smoke just yet.
With gratitude.
It looks like they're posturing like they want to push bottom again. Ooh, they might have smoke on this chicken. Do they? Yes, they do. And they have a BKB as well. 4D squared. And the Shiva's Guard being completed for A3P on Doom. Does he get it? Oh, it's in his stash. The recipe's in his stash. Oh, really want to have that item as fast as possible. So the stack will get creeped. So we will see how much money that puts in Streetlight's bank account. Decent amount. He's going to be going for that BKB, of course. But he will not have it for some time. And there's the Bloodstone for Timber before 20 minutes. So he is really in a strong position right now. Well, because once you get the Bloodstone on Timber, the Chakram, Whirling Death, Timber Chain combos just never end. It just never stops. You're constantly chased, and Timber Saw is impossible to kill. So we're going to see a 5-man smoke out here from Lucid, so they do have that Shiva's Guard for A3P. I feel like they probably wanted to make this push a minute ago, but they didn't have the Shivas. Oh, we'll see a blinking on Streetlight. Do they have Doom? Yes, they do. They don't pop it quite yet. They see the Eclipse as well. Nice use of Cogs. He gets Cogs on 3. Huge amount there, as well as the Requiem of Souls from EMZ. So a great team fight from Laugh and Roll, but they just don't have the damage. They don't have the items. We'll see Hoff getting killed as well. Here he's not going to be able to TP out. That's a 5 for 1, and that is just about the best possible team fight Laugh and Roll could have hoped for. They had a Requiem of Souls on everybody, and Clockwork had a the cog to end all cogs. Got 3 people out in the middle of Eclipse, and they still couldn't do anything. 4-16 right now for Lucid, so they will certainly take a tower for this, if not a barracks, unless the Visage Bats can defend this tower forever. Oh my gosh, are they really going to do this? I mean, I guess the respawn times are so low because they're so low level that I'm expecting this to play out more traditionally like a later game scenario. But so yeah, we will see Lucid actually not get anything for that except the massive amounts of gold and XP that they get from a second team wipe. Yeah, so I really don't know what Laugh and Roll can possibly hope for in this game. I like the idea of the Shadow Fiend, but I really think that that was greedy. Even though he didn't really get killed a whole lot, he didn't really stack, which is what you must do as Shadow Fiend. I mean, that's one of Shadow Fiend's most powerful attributes. I mean, obviously his bonus damage early on in the game is tremendous, and his ganking power as a result of his right-clicking is so strong. But the creep stacking is where you really get your money from. I mean, when you've played against a Shadow Fiend and they come out of the woods with, like, a Chrysalis BKB Blink Dagger
Radiant's
at
top
20
tower
minutes is
is under
because he's
attack.
stacked every camp and gotten every last hit with raises. So see Laughing will rotate up here to try and defend this tier 2. Ooh, nice hook shot in from Clockwork on D-Squared. He's going to start the battery assault, but there's the BKB from D-Squared. He's going to drop the meld on Chrono. We'll see if he can get out alive. The Shadow, or the Shallow Grave, rather, is going to protect Clockwork, and he's going to get healed. So D-Squared's in a little bit over his head right now. He's going to have to try and TP out. But Doom's going to manage to get Clockwork with a level death, which is really, really good. It's a nice pick off from them, and D-Squared escapes. Did he? Goodness, that Blink Dagger. So clutch on Templar SS, and now he could even go on EMZ with that refraction in the meld. But EMZ's got a Blink Dagger himself, so we're going to see another engagement. Snowman's going to tank that Soul Assumption. Timberchan on 1. Do they have Eclipse? It's just coming off cooldown. I would expect to see Streetlight pop this immediately if he's got it. Requiem of Souls doesn't really connect on a whole lot, but now Streetlight's got to pop the Eclipse defensively, but he's not going to get away, and he's not even going to get full DPS out of that because he's dead. So we'll see Timbersaw possibly going down. Nope. Everybody from Lucid is just playing so well. They play so well together. Everything's just coming together so nicely for them. We see a buyback from Shadow Fiend. Is that the only one? Yes, it was. So it's a 3-for-0 for Lucid. 4-20 right now. They are in total control of this game. Shadow Fiend's going to be trying to finish that BKB, but I really don't think he's going to be able to, especially when he's got that buyback gold penalty.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Now Shadow Fiend must go out and get new souls. He must try and escape the clutches of Lucid as the noose tightens around their neck. 16 Bloodstone charges on the Timbersaw. Goodness gracious. Really don't have to deal with that. So yeah, I mean, in your next Captain's Mode game, draft Enchantress and Doom. and safe lane. Safe lane the Doom with Lich. I really think this illustrates how strong Lich is as a support hero. Sacrifice is just so good. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to be so strong, but Lich is really, really powerful. It just gives you so much of an advantage in lane. It's really hard to underestimate. And Lich is actually a fantastic pick against the Clockwork because Sacrifice only costs 25 mana. You're always going to have mana for that, even if you've eaten 3 cogs. So it's hard for you to end up without mana, which is the way Clockwork wants you to end up, you know. We'll see Lucid pinging out another Roshan here. They've got how many minutes left? Doesn't look like too long left on that Roshan, so we'll see them get scouted out by the Clockwork, though. But Chrono can't really afford to go in there. He's going to be going for that hood, but he's not, or the pipe rather, but he's not going to get there. I think that Lucid's just going to walk down mid, probably take a Rex,